What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to get into the New York Jets, one of the newest New York Jets offensive linemen, Morgan Moses, playing through an injury in 2023. We knew that Morgan Moses tore his pectoral muscle during the season last year, but he spoke on the official New York Jets podcast and gave some amazing quotes on what it was like to play through the season with that kind of injury. It's really, really impressive. So to catch you up, this offseason, the New York Jets traded for Morgan Moses. They used a fourth-round pick swap. So they traded their fourth-round pick for a later fourth-round pick, and they gave up a sixth. So essentially, you're just giving up a sixth-round pick and moving down a few spots in the fourth round to acquire Morgan Moses, who is a starting caliber right tackle and a really good one. Great trade for the New York Jets. He is an excellent, excellent run blocker. He was great on the Jets in 2021. Unfortunately, he goes in free agency, signs on with the Baltimore Ravens, was very good for them at right tackle the last 2 years. Now, not only is he a good run blocker and is going to fit the style that the Jets are going with, which is a more power rushing attack, as a pass protector in his entire career, he's allowed 5 sacks or less in every season that he's started. This past year in Baltimore, he allowed 24 pressures and 5 sacks on the season, which will be a massive upgrade over what the Jets were trotting out there at right tackle last season. As I mentioned, we found out this offseason that he played through a torn pec that he got in week 4 against the Cleveland Browns. He would miss week 5 that next week, come back and play 3 games, and then miss weeks 9 and 10. But he played the rest of the season, including the playoffs, 2 playoff games. So he played in 16 of a possible 19 games for the Baltimore Ravens last year. Really, really impressive. And he told Eric Allen that he thought he was having a heart attack when it first happened on the field. That's how painful it was.
So what's the backstory with the torn pec in week 4? And who knew about it?
Oh, man, you have to ask John Simpson about that, man. But we're playing Cleveland, and I'm just like, I'm blocking Myles Garrett, and I'm just like, yo, the first thing I was like, no lie, I was like, I'm having a heart attack.
Really?
I was like, no lie, I'm like, bro, I'm having a heart attack. I can't breathe. And then I went back in halftime, and they were like, yeah, bro, I think you like strained your pec. So obviously I didn't finish the game, and I went and got an MRI that next day, and they're like, yo, you tore 60% of your pec. And so I'm sitting there like, all right. And everybody's like, hey, man, just shut it down. You know, you did what you were supposed to. And I'm like, no, like, look, because I believed in the work that we put in all training camp, right? Like, you go through training camp, which is like a war, right, for guys. Like, and you're bleeding on the field, you're sweat, blood, and tears with these guys. And the last thing you want to do is feel like you giving up on them. And I just told him, hey, look, just give me some time, man. Give me some time. I'm going to figure it out. And, I missed that first game. That was like the first game I missed in my career, which was like a humbling experience because like I had to understand like, hey, this is a marathon and not a race. And, I was able to power through it with, just great PT, doing things on my own, knowing how to, navigate. And, I was able to finish the season with the torn pec, man. So it was hard, man, like trying to hide the strap, wearing long T-shirts in the game and trying to tape it the same color, things like that. Just so, all these great defenders that you go against every Sunday wouldn't notice. But I was able to battle through it, man. It made me a better person. It made me dig deep. And I, simply, man, I just didn't want to give up on my guys. And that's always been my thing in the league is just like, give it your all until you can't anymore.
It's crazy to me that, that's the kind of pain that he was in and was, able to play through that the rest of the way. It's absolutely remarkable. And, going into next year, I think I am cautiously optimistic about Morgan Moses because, as he says, he did not miss or he does not miss time normally in his career. He missed 3 games for the first time in his career. I think more likely than not, he plays a majority of this season. Now, I'm going to guess he plays in all 17 games at 33 years old, coming off a torn pectoral. I don't know if I could go that far, but at least this year with the New York Jets, they have tackle depth that you're much more comfortable with. Olu Fashanu being here is a major, major win for the New York Jets. Carter Warren going into his second season. Maybe they're still holding out some hope for Max Mitchell, who looked okay at times as a rookie. Unfortunately, did not play very well last year. But the Jets' offensive line depth, I think, is significantly better. So if Morgan Moses or if Tyron Smith has to miss time, you feel like you're in a much better spot. Here's what else Morgan Moses had to say about his injury.
Can you speak to the pain, though? I mean, you're a tough guy. You said it felt initially like, what the hell is going on here? Am I having a heart attack? But you played the rest of the season,
dude. It was
with a torn pec.
It was some days, man. It was some days after games, man, where like I couldn't lift my arm. And like, thank God, like my kids are like, my children, like they love me so much, man. They're like, Daddy, what you need, man? I'm like, thank you. Like, but it was days where like I couldn't lift my arm, and to be honest with you, I didn't miss any practices, like because like my makeup is like I gotta practice. Like I'm not this guy that's like been blessed where I can just go out there and not practice and just ball out. Like, so I was practicing, going through it, man. And I just think like over the time, man, like I think we got to like week 13. And I was already like back single arm benching 115 pounds on it, single arm. And so like the work of just going through the PT, staying up late night, having doctors come into the house, work on me, physical therapy and things like that, really helped me push through. So it was a journey, but
so like you're doing dumbbell.
Come on, yeah.
115 single
115
arm.
single arm with a torn pec.
Oh,
What an absolute warrior! Really easy guy to root for. I just love listening to him speak. He's just, again, like really, really fun guy to root for. And what a story, man. Playing through a big time injury like that at his age. And it's just like, I don't want to give up on my guys. Like we've been through a lot in training camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears. I want to try to fight through it. So shout out to Morgan Moses for that. What a team player. And again, someone that we'll all be rooting for the New York Jets in 2024. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Once again, I am Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you guys next time.